Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we are going to look at the 4 latest Arsenal news. The first Arsenal news is that Mundo Deportivo has confirmed an Arsenal update, as they confirm report suggests Arsenal have had incredible £57 million Manchester City star on their radar, as Arsenal look to complete the signing of World Cup Spain international and Manchester City defender Aymeric Laporte. A report from Spain has suggested that Arsenal are one of the teams to have the name of Aymeric Laporte on their radar amid doubts over his future from Manchester City. That report comes from Mundo Deportivo, which notes that Athletic are keen to bring the centre-back back to the Basque club 5 years after his departure. It appears that Aymeric Laporte is likely to leave Manchester City this summer. The £57 million Spain international only made 12 appearances in the Premier League last season. Report suggests Arsenal have had Laporte on their radar. Reports from The Times claimed that Manchester City could sell Laporte. Interestingly, it was suggested that he was attracting interest from Tottenham Hotspur and Barcelona. Perhaps Spurs could face competition from Arsenal for his signature. According to the report from Mundo Deportivo, Arsenal and Juventus have had Laporte on their radar. It must be noted that it is not entirely clear in the report whether the interest is current. It may be that the report is looking at older links to explain why Athletic face such a tough task trying to bring him back. Arsenal may well, however, be on the lookout for another defender. The Gunners are working on a move for Jurrien Timber. But reports from 90 Minutes suggested that Mikel Arteta views Timber as a right-sided version of Alexander Zinchenko. So he may not necessarily fill the void at centre-back. Laporte would potentially provide that cover and competition for Gabriel Magalhaes on the left ahead of Arsenal's Champions League return, if Arsenal are indeed eyeing a move in this window. He is an incredible defender with potentially a lot more to give at the highest level. So if Arsenal do currently have him on their radar, it could be a good move for the Gunners. The second Arsenal news is that Rudy Galletti has confirmed an Arsenal update, as he confirms Arsenal and Liverpool monitoring amazing La Liga player, as Arsenal look to complete the signing of Nigeria international and Villarreal attacker Samuel Chukwueze. Arsenal, Liverpool and Newcastle are among a cluster of teams who are keeping a track of Villarreal forward, Samuel Chukwueze. The impressive Nigerian has shone for the La Liga side in recent years and has been earmarked by a number of clubs as a potential signing this summer. We already know that Unai Emery has considered bringing him over for a reunion at Aston Villa. And according to journalist Rudy Galletti, a number of other clubs are keen as well. Taking to Twitter today, Galletti has confirmed that Arsenal, Liverpool and Newcastle are all monitoring Chukwueze, who the Spanish side value at around £25 million, lauded in Spain for being a player with an amazing football brain. Chukwueze has long been tipped to make a move to a more traditionally glamorous club. Still only 24, there is time on his side when it comes to development and getting that move to a huge club. Of course, whether or not Arsenal or Liverpool would consider a bid now remains to be seen. The pair have been busy in the market spending already, and Chukwueze seems more of a nice-to-have signing, a last-minute move only, given the names being linked with Arsenal and Liverpool. Any move for Chukwueze would surely only come late in the window and be out of desperation. Not to say the Nigerian isn't a good player, far from it. But the other players being linked just seem a better fit, and it's hard to see Chukwueze being a starter for either side here. Newcastle are mentioned and they might be a smarter option. But even then, the Mags have an extensive list of targets and paid big money for Anthony Gordon in January, who plays a similar role. The third Arsenal news is that Graham Bailey has confirmed an Arsenal update, as he confirms done. Arsenal have now agreed signing which could be even better than Declan Rice, as Arsenal look to complete the signing of World Cup Netherlands international and AFC Ajax defender Jurrien Timber. Arsenal are ploughing along nicely in this transfer window and are close to announcing more signings to follow Kai Havertz into the club. The Gunners' splash on Havertz has caught quite a few by surprise. But their spending isn't stopping there, with a £100 million deal for Declan Rice set to be confirmed soon enough as well. Beyond that, a deal is being pursued for Ajax defender Jurrien Timber. And speaking on the latest episode of Talking Transfers, journalist Graham Bailey has claimed the deal for Timber is now done, and in his eyes, the Gunners are getting a player who can be even more valuable than Rice. Jurrien Timber is done. Agreed. €47 million is the total package. The deal is worth £120 a week, we understand, roughly. So it's not a big deal in Premier League terms, Bailey said. Fantastic piece of business, Timber. Timber, out of the three, Rice and Havertz. He could end up being the best of the three. Easily. In terms of value for money, he is already way ahead of the other two. I love Timber. I think he's great. I think his one Liverpool and United will massively regret not doing. Jurrien Timber fits the recruitment model of this current Arsenal perfectly. He is young, talented, already has experience in a good league, and has the potential to go and be a great. The signing of Timber, as Bailey says here, could be outstanding for the Gunners. The fee of around £40 million could also end up being a bargain, and if Arsenal can get the deal over the line and announce both Timber and Rice, then their summer has been excellent already. No doubt, other names will be linked. But Timber is a fine signing in defence and long-term, could be vital for Arsenal. The final Arsenal news is that Football Transfers has confirmed an Arsenal update, as they confirm 2020 Arsenal signing has now told Arteta he wants to leave. Incredible player eyed as replacement, as Arsenal look to complete the signing of Belgium international and Southampton midfielder Romeo Lavia. Arsenal are now planning to step up their bid to sign Romeo Lavia after Thomas Partey told Mikel Arteta that he wishes to leave the Gunners this summer. That is according to a report from Football Transfers, which notes that Arteta has reluctantly agreed to allow the Ghanaian to leave amid interest from Saudi Arabia and Juventus. Few Arsenal fans probably expected at the end of last season for there to be speculation concerning Thomas Partey and his future at the Emirates. He has largely been superb whenever he has been on the pitch for the Gunners. Arsenal to step up Lavia talks after Partey tells Arteta he wants to leave. However, Arsenal have signed Kai Havertz. And, as Football Transfers notes, they are on their way to agreeing a deal for Declan Rice. So they are overhauling their options in the middle of the park, and according to Football Transfers, Partey has now told Arsenal that he wants to leave the club this summer. The good news is that the Gunners feel that they have a potential replacement in mind. The report notes that negotiations with Southampton over a move for Romeo Lavia will now speed up. Arsenal hope to win the race for the Belgian ahead of the likes of Chelsea and Liverpool. It is a surprise to see Partey seemingly on the brink of the Emirates exit. But keeping him fit has been an issue for Arsenal. And his form did tail off towards the end of the campaign. The Gunners also clearly have big plans for this window. So cashing in on Partey probably makes sense, as he is one player who could command a decent fee. Lavia, meanwhile, is an incredible talent. So while Partey will leave a big void to fill, the 19-year-old could prove to be an outstanding signing if he realises his full potential. Do you know the Arsenal news on Jurrien Timber? You will enjoy this video on your screen too.